Okay, now let's study about the geolocation. Okay, geolocation API is now present in the HTML5 for to get the user's current position. Okay, this nowadays, if you would have noticed, this has been used in many websites, like food ordering websites. Okay, if you had noticed, that fetches your current location and it would give you a suggestion for your nearby restaurants, right? So this made your work simpler and even more easier. So when this part of this position or the name position comes in, it is really most comprehensive privacy. The position is not available unless the user approves it. Actually, if some app or website wants to use your current location, it must always ask the permission, because until and unless you don't allow it, it will not get your current location. So when some of the apps or website is trying to access your current location, you always get a pop-up that so and so app is trying to access your location. Would you like to allow it or block it? So it totally depends on the user to allow it or to block it, right? So this geolocation has been made really very useful to many users. A few years before or in prior days, to find the geolocation, it was really very difficult. We were supposed to see the latitude, longitude, and whether we are standing in near any tower, and there was a big process to find the position of one place, right? But now with the help of this geolocation API in HTML5, this process is really very easy. So now let's see an example for this. Okay, now I don't want these codes, so we'll just omit these or ignore these ones. Let's start it as a fresh one. Okay, so I'm starting with the basic one, basic structure. So inside the body we'll have an P tag. Okay, and I'll click the button to get your location. Okay, so I have written click the button to get your location. Okay, and then I'll create a button, and on that I will create an on click event. Okay, and I'm going to call a function over here or method over here, and I will write it below, right? Okay, so let's wait for that. Try it. Okay, on the click of this, you will get your current location. That's the basic this. Okay, now I will add another P tag and I will give an ID for it. ID is equals to demo. So this P tag will be empty, because on the click of the try it button, your current location is going to be displayed in this P tag only. So it will be empty for now. So below this I'm going to create an script. Okay, and let's start. Inside the script I'm going to initialize a variable as x, okay, is equals to document dot get element by id, and in this I will write the id, that is demo. Okay, now the next step is we are going to create function. Okay, function, and I'm going to create a function name as get location. Okay, now before going for this to get the location, we should always check whether our browser is able to accept this geolocation API or not. Or it can be said as is really very compatible for this API or not. So that to check that, I will write an if condition. I will write navigator dot geolocation. Okay, and I think this L will be small. Okay, let's navigator dot okay, before moving further or before trying to get the current position, we should always check whether our browser is compatible with this geolocation API or not, because if it's not compatible, then there's no use of coding this and not use of waiting to get an geolocation, right? So to check that, I will have an if condition first. I will write navigator dot geolocation. Okay, now inside this I will write navigator dot geolocation dot get current position. Okay, and inside that I'm going to create another function, that is show position. So I'm calling that, so that's all. Okay, so this I will create that also now. Okay, so this was the first step. If this this your browser is not compatible with it, then it will display this x dot inner HTML is equals to, will display geolocation is not supported by this browser. Okay, so this is that. Okay, now I have even to see say one another thing, that is this, yes, x. I have initialized this x out of the function because I'm going to use this x in both the functions. So to make it really very common, so I have created it out. Okay, now let's create another function, that is the show position function. Okay, function and show position. Okay, inside that write position. Okay, now x dot inner HTML is equal to, I want to display your latitude as well as longitude, that is a position, right? So this inner HTML is basically going to be inserted in this p tag, right? So that's the reason we are fetching that p tag with the help of the id, and that has been stored in x, right? So in that x, so what is all about x is this p tag or this old, right? So in x, the inner HTML is the content which is between the opening and closing tag. So now it's empty, but so we are going to give some content as we gave here. So if it is, and now first it was empty, and if your browser is not able to support it, this will be the content in the p tag, right? So now we'll give another content if the browser is compatible with it, that is I'll give latitude. Okay, that I'll give concatenation. Position is an object plus dot coords and dot latitude. Okay, this L will be small again. Okay, okay, and the second thing which we are going to, oh, it's not close. Okay, and then I'm going to add another one, that is the longitude. So I'll give an break and then I'll write longitude. Okay, so even over here I'm going to fetch the position dot coords dot, now I'll write longitude. Okay, so now what's happening over here, it's in position as an object, and coords and latitude are the functions or methods which is present in the geolocation API. Okay, so with that the latitude will already be present, right? So we are going to call that, so the coords and latitude will be fetched from that, and this coords and longitude will also be fetched from that geolocation API. Okay, now let's copy the function name, that is the geolocation, and let's paste it up so that on the click this function will be called. Okay, now let's save this and run it. Okay, now on this click we'll get the location. See, it's asking for me to, whether to allow or block, so for that I'll give allow. Okay, I got the latitude and longitude. Okay, so this is the output. If you don't allow it and if you block it, then this out will not, you will not be able to see this output. Okay. Okay, now the next part of geolocation is error and rejection handling. So we are going to see how this is going to work, how the error is going to be guessed, and how is the rejection handling being done over here. Okay, so for this we are supposed to know 4 types of error. Okay, so I'll go with it. First one is permission denied. Second one is the position unavailable. Okay, and the third one is the timeout, and the fourth one is the unknown. Okay, so I will explain you one by one. What is a permission denied? Now when we saw an example of that geolocation, it asked us for allow and block, right? So I told you, if you block it, you will not be able to get any longitude or latitude. So that block, you are denying the permission, right? So that is permission denied error. Okay, so when it comes to so when you deny it, you will not be able to see anything. Just an user friendly message will be displayed to you. So the second one is the position unavailable. This takes place when if your GPS not available, or your internet connection is low, or you are not able to connect with the internet, something like that, then this will be available, because you are it's not able to detect your position, right? So in that place, this position unavailable will come out. The third one is the timeout. What is a timeout? So when we got a notification that allow or block, I used to think for 2 or 3 seconds and then give allow or block, right? So sometimes in some of them there will be a time slot that the user is supposed to say allow or block in just 10 seconds and 5 seconds and all. So within that time duration, if you don't select any of the one, then it will be an timeout error. Okay, and the fourth one, which is really very dangerous, it's an unknown error. We don't know what kind of error it is. Okay, so it's an unknown error. So I will show you some example for this and we'll know it. Okay, for this, first I will add another parameter over here, that is show error. This is another declaration of another function. Okay, so I'm going to create this function. Okay, function show error. Okay, inside that I'm going to give the parameter as error. Okay, now in this I'm going to make use of a switch case. What switch case? Switch case usually has multiple conditions. Okay, if any one condition is suitable for it, then it will go inside as a loop like that. Not exactly a loop, but like a loop. It will go inside and just execute that function, which of it is satisfying, and it will break for the rest all. Okay, so I'm going to make use of a switch over here. Switch, and in that I will write my switch name is error.code. Okay, so inside that I will start with the first case. Case is error dot. The first one is the permission, right? Permission underscore denied. So the first error is the permission underscore denied error. So for that, okay, and in this we will even give an user friendly message. So for that I will write x dot inner HTML, which is equals to user denied the permission. Okay, so let's small. So I have already explained you. Now this will display in the paragraph tag. Okay, so don't please forget it. The x dot inner HTML is for this paragraph tag itself. Okay, so now let's go for the next error. Before that we'll give an break. Okay, so if this condition satisfied or something like this happen, then this will the switch loop will end over here itself, else it will go to the second case. Okay, now let's see, write the next case. Okay, that's the error dot position underscore unavailable. Okay, so this is the second error. I have already told you, if your GPS is not available, if the API is not able to detect your position, then this will be the error which will rise out. Okay, so let's write an user friendly one. Is equals to location information is unavailable. Okay, and then break again. If you don't give a break, all of them will get executed and you will see all these outputs. Okay, now the third error is case error dot timeout. Okay, so I have told you, if you don't give allow, or if you don't give any block, you don't even select any either of the two, then it will go under timeout. Okay, inner HTML is equals to the request to get user location timed out. Okay, and again an break. So we'll write the last case, that is error dot unknown underscore error. Okay, now this takes place when neither these three, something else is happening. Okay, so in that case it's an unknown error, right? So in that case an unknown errors message will be displayed. Okay, and unknown error occurred. Okay, and again a break. So we are done with it. Now let's run this and see what's the output for this. Okay, see, I got it. Now I will not allow it, but I will block it. See, the user denied the permission. Okay, so these are the, like this will get some of the other errors. Okay, so now my GPS is very perfect, so I will not get in position error, and I don't even know the timeout for it, so I can't even do it. Okay, some unknown error is, I think it's impossible for right now. So this is the output. I hope you got the concept of it. Okay, the next thing under the geolocation is the get current position method. Okay, so now we are going to study about this get current position method. The get current position method returns an object on success. Okay, the latitude, longitude and accuracy properties are always written. The other properties are returned, okay, if available. So now I will even tell you some properties and what it will return. Okay, so basically just remember, get current position only returns the position when it is of success. Okay, so when everything is working, the GPS, the net, everything, so at that point when we access this, then the position, we will get the position like latitude, longitude and accuracy also. Okay, now let's see some properties of it, and the first property is cots dot latitude. Okay, now what is latitude? So as I have told you, so our distance is divided in latitude as well as longitude, right? So in this latitude, it returns the latitude as a decimal number. Okay, it is always written, okay, in decimal number. Okay, so please do remember it. Latitude is always returned in a decimal number. Okay, and the second one is the cots longitude. Okay, in this also the longitude is also written as a decimal number. Okay, and the third one is the cots dot accuracy. Okay, the accuracy of the position is returned in this, it's U. Okay, and the fourth one is cots dot altitude. Okay, what is this? The altitude in meters above the mean sea level, written if available. Okay, so if you see these properties, some are normal ones like this latitude, longitude, accuracy, but in some of them it may be present or it may not, right? So in that way this is always written. Okay, and even this is always written. Okay, and this is also always written. Okay, but when it comes to cots altitude, it returns the meters above the mean sea level. It is written only if available. Okay, it's not like the latitude, longitude or accuracy to be written always. Okay, now let's go to the another one, that's the cots dot altitude accuracy. Okay, now what is this? it returns the altitude accuracy of position. Okay, even this will be if available. Okay, if altitude is available, then only the altitude accuracy will be available. Okay, altitude. Okay, this is also if available. Okay, now let's go to the next one, that's the codes dot heading. So what does this heading return? The heading as degree clockwise from north. Okay, it returns as degrees clockwise from the north. Okay, and even this is if available. Okay, and the next one is codes dot speed. Okay, it returns the speed in meters per second. Speed in meters per second. Okay, this is also if available. And the next one is the codes. I'm so sorry, not the codes, it's the timestamp. Okay, the date or the time of the response. Okay, in this the timestamp basically returns the date or the time of the response. Okay, even this is if available. Okay, this may be used in, as I told you, the timeout, right? In that places this may be used. Okay, so these are the properties of the get current position. With the help of these properties, we are getting our accurate positions, or if we are moving, then we are getting that position. These all things are done with these. Okay. Okay, now let's go to the next topic in geolocation, that is geolocation object. Okay, this is the other interesting methods. Okay, the geolocation object also has other interesting method, that is there are two methods. The first one is the watch position. Okay, and the second one is the clear position, clear watch. I'm so sorry. Okay, so now what is this watch position and clear watch? Watch position returns the current position of the user and continues to return updated position as the user moves. Okay, this basically means if you are in a position like A and you are going to the position B, so the watch position does not only returns the current position, but also after you move to B, it will even return that B's position also. You can take example of the GPS. Okay, GPS which we are using in car, or you can even make use of a Google Maps, anything. Okay, when you use a Google Map, if you are trying to reach to an XYZ position and you are in the position A, so it shows you an way. So as soon as you keep on moving, even the way keeps on decreasing, or the line keeps on moving, or the circle which notes that you are this keeps on moving. So that's the watch position. Okay, and when it comes to clear watch is that it stops the watch position. Okay, now what means stops the watch position? So now for example, I have started a watch position for some or the other location. Okay, so from A to B a person is moving, so from B to C is keep on moving, so the watch position is on, and certain point I want to stop that watch position. I feel that no, it's enough, if I am fed up with the following this location, then I will just tell clear watch. That means the last position which he was present, only that will be the current position, and then it will be, that's all. I will not get any updates of that position. So this is the difference between these two, and there is no big changes in the code. If you we will take the example of our own code also. Okay, in this we have made a function. Yeah, see here. In this we have written that get current position, right? In the place of this we will write watch position. Okay, only this is the difference, nothing else to be done in the code. You can just copy paste the every code and just change this. Okay, so when you save this and run it, okay, I'll run this, allow. So I got the current position, right? If I'll move from here to some other place, then I will even get the updated location one after the other. At the present we can't move, right? So but this is the correct output. The first output will be this only. You will get the current, and as soon as you keep on moving, the updated locations will be noted. Okay.